Welcome to the Travelman Podcast. I'm your travel buddy host Ben, and on today's episode I'll be looking at the top 10 observation decks or viewing platforms that I visited. 80% are buildings, so there's many observation decks and viewing platforms that I haven't visited yet and that I will visit in the future and that I will update you on the future as to what is my favourite viewing deck or observation deck. Whenever I'm at the top looking down, I do get scared because I do have a fear of heights, but that's half the fun, you know. It's about getting up there and looking at a view from the top. Anything in any view in a plane or up on an observation deck, it just makes everything better. So enjoy the podcast and come with me as I share all my memories about all my favorite viewing platforms with my wife, Mandy. Enjoy the podcast. So, Mandy, you're back.
I'm back.
You're back, and we're going to talk about the top 10 observation decks that I've viewed. But you've probably viewed them also, because you've been with me for all these. So you'll have a great grip or grasp of all these places. Yeah. Hopefully your memory's up to date, because some of these go back a fair while.
I know.
Number 10 is the Queenstown Gondola ride to the viewing platform in Queenstown, New Zealand. It is 450 metres above sea level, and you get a 220 to 220 degree panorama view of the Coronet Peak, the remarkables Walter and Cecil Peak, and Queenstown. Back to Mandy and Ben. We saw that when we were at in Queenstown for one of your work things.
Yeah.
So we went there a while ago. It was probably 2010, I think, or 11.
Yeah.
One of those. I forget, but when you go up the gondola ride, it's so steep and so scary that I freaked out. And
You're
it was
in
at
an open.
night.
You're open.
It's an open one.
Yeah.
Yeah, open, but was it clear underneath?
Yeah, it was open.
Yeah. So it was open. So,
it's called the Skyline.
It is called the Skyline. So you'll see amazing views of Queenstown.
Yeah, really pretty.
From the actual ride up, and then from the very top you get a good view as well. I think I remember
it's not
people.
Open. You're right. It's
not
closed.
Open?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But you can see people jump off it on the paraglides.
Okay.
Remember that?
Sure.
Yeah, awesome. Just interjecting, I think I was thinking of something else, and somewhere probably in San Diego or Torrey Pines with Chris Rainey. I don't know why I said that, but anyway, get back to the podcast. Maybe I'm thinking of somewhere else.
Yeah.
But when we went up there, we went at night.
Yeah.
And it was really a remarkable experience, even though I was trembling in my feet,
in
my shoes. At the summit, you can enjoy this thing called the Time Tunnel Ride, which will take you back in time and relive the region's history. Mm-hmm. I don't think we did that, but it's a cool thing to do when you're on top of this Queenstown gondola ride place. What did you say it was called?
Skyline.
Skyline, that's the one, Skyline. So the Skyline is located at 10 Bridle Path Road in Heathcote Valley.
Sure.
Which is about 15 minutes by car from the centre of Christchurch, but we were dropped off by a big bus. Mm-hmm. New Zealand prices are, it's $30 for adults, $15 for kids, and $75 for a family.
Sure.
But it is a really cool thing to see when you're in Queenstown. It's probably the highest point that you can view Queenstown from, because I forget if there's any tall buildings, which I don't think there is.
There's beautiful mountains.
There are beautiful mountains, so if you want to go climb a mountain.
Do you remember the one thing that you can do on the way down?
I remember you can do go-karting.
It's a luge.
A luge.
Yeah,
that's the
pretty
one.
cool.
The luge. I did that. That was fun. The luge. Got to do the luge when you're up there. And
there's a restaurant on top.
Yeah, there's a restaurant on top, which was fun.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
international cuisine. And New Zealand cuisine.
Absolutely. Number 9 is Eureka Tower in Melbourne.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Hometown.
It's our hometown. It's our tallest building. I think it's about 296 metres.
Okay.
I love doing these little interjections. The Eureka Tower's height is 297 metres above sea level and 301 metres to the tip. Eureka Skydeck, which is the viewing platform, is the highest public viewing platform in the Southern Hemisphere. So that's pretty cool. And back to Ben and Mandy. But that's a great way to see Melbourne and surrounds. You want to go up on a clear day.
Yeah.
So May is a great time to... No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, go up the Eureka Tower on a clear day. You've got this little box that pokes out of the Eureka Tower.
Yeah.
It's got a name, but I like to call it the Eureka Box. Just interjecting once again, it's called the Edge, you dickhead. And you'll have to put on like these things that cover your
little
shoes.
booties.
So
it's called the Edge.
Oh, that's right, the Melbourne Edge.
So can you explain what happens?
Well, you walk into the box, and the box is inside the building to start with.
Yes.
It's all covered. You can't see anything.
It's opaque. Glass is opaque.
It's opaque. And then the box starts to retract out of the side of the building.
Yep.
And then it's making a few sounds.
It makes the sounds like breaking glass, actually.
Yeah, like breaking glass. It's really quite creepy. And then as it's fully retracted, the opacity...
Maybe the opaque glass?
Opaque glass. Thank you, Mandy.
That's okay.
Word police.
Becomes clear.
And that's when you tremble with fear because you can see right down.
Yep.
And I just remember...
It's a 360-degree open glass.
Oh, it's terrible.
Not open, sorry.
Absolutely
It's a glass box.
Most horrible thing I've ever done in my life. But I was there with my mate Anthony from New Zealand.
Yep.
And we were both freaking out and trying to hold on to the rails.
So I've done it twice.
You've done it twice. I've done it once.
And you guys are scaredy cats.
We are scaredy cats, but it's good to be a scaredy cat sometimes. Hey, Mandy, I'm not like you that goes up to some some glass panel.
Yeah.
To be and then walk on it.
Yeah,
to be able to
that doesn't bother me. So the ironic thing is that I hate flying, but I don't mind heights.
I love irony. But anyway, so Mandy will walk over anything that's opaque or see-through.
Just glass, whatever.
Glass with a viewing point of the ground.
Yeah.
She really loves that stuff. And
it's quite cool.
I'm always trying to drag her away from that
I
stuff.
marvel at the engineering.
Okay, so maybe it's the engineering. For me, it's more the fright of actually breaking and falling through.
Don't ever think
which
that.
is probably impossible.
I trust people. I trust that they've done their job.
But the Eureka Tower, last time we went, I think it's about $26.
Yeah, you can buy online and save. $21 for an adult.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
there you
family, 2 adults, 2 kids, $57. If you want to do the Edge experience, it's an extra cost.
How much is the extra cost? Is it like $15 or is it less?
Something like that. And it's open until the evening, so great to see some views at night.
Actually, that would be good. And some of the cool views from Eureka Tower is obviously you can see as far as the Dandenong sometimes, some of our mountains.
The bay as well.
Bay.
The city. Different points in the suburbs that have got higher elevations. A really great view.
Can you see the airport?
Yeah.
I think you can, can't you?
Sure.
Another cool place to visit.
Yep.
Is the Empire State Building. We've been to the top of that.
Sure have.
That was a fantastic experience. We were there. We did the Empire State Building in 2005.
First time we were there, yeah.
First time we were in New York. So that place is located in New York City, USA. It's Trump's favourite building.
20 West 34th Street.
Oh, 20 West 34th Street. It is a brilliant view of Manhattan area. There are better views these days, obviously, with the new observatory at the called the
World something?
The World, it's a One World. I think it's a One World Tower, which
that's in a different location.
It's in a different location and wasn't around back then. But if I'd been at the One World Tower, I'd probably be in Empire State Building position right now. But the Empire State Building is a really cool old building.
It's got a real Art Deco feel to it.
Oh, it does. It's got a beautiful Art Deco feel to it. Lovely. And it's just a great view of the city.
Really cool thing is that it's open air as well.
Oh,
so,
yeah, I
you're out
forgot
on the 86th floor on the outside.
Don't flip out any pennies.
It's got wire around it, so don't be too concerned.
Yeah.
You get a great view of Central Park, Brooklyn Bridge, Hudson River, East River, Statue of Liberty, Chrysler Buildings sort of close by.
Yeah.
But it's
fairly cost effective as well. It's not that expensive.
It's actually open 365 days a year from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Wow, that's nearly half the year.
Isn't that amazing? It's a full year. It's a full year. And advisable to go early.
Yep.
Advisable to probably book your ticket. The foyer of the building is amazing as well. The cost is not cheap. Standard cost is $36.
Okay.
However, you can buy an express pass if you wanted to, but it's $69. It's pretty pricey. Just get there early or get there late, I would suggest.
Okay, fair enough. It's a great option if you want to view
and a beautiful
New York
building.
City.
And it's got the lights on the top. You say if you're in the city,
true.
On looking at it from the city street, you will see it lit up at night.
It's a great view.
Yeah.
It's a great picture opportunity.
I got a picture from our last trip.
Yep.
Which we went on in June.
Yes. Yeah, we were there just last year.
Or was it May?
I don't know, but it's a great time to go to New York City.
It's lit up, but it's surrounded in cloud. It's pretty cool.
I thought I'd just interject once again and just say that the Empire State Building is 381 metres above sea level and 443 metres to its tip. The main deck is at 86th floor. Mandy was right about the price. It's about $36 for adults, $31 for children, and $35 for seniors. There is a top deck at the 102nd floor, and you do get those 360 degrees views of New York City, so it is fantastic. Get up there when you can. I'd just like to interject before Mandy and I start talking about Scenic World and the Blue Mountains in Australia, that the actual Scenic Skyway, which takes you up to Scenic World, is 297 metres above sea level. You can even get a glass bottom gondola, which I didn't do. And that's about 720 metres straight up the mountain past really lush and awesome forest. But take it away, Mandy and Ben. Number 7.
Yep.
Is the Scenic World Blue Mountains, New South Wales, Australia.
How cool.
Yeah, so Blue Mountains is a World Heritage listed place. The lookout at the top of Scenic World offers views of the Three Sisters, Mount Solitary, and the ruined castle. Mm-hmm. And some of the best panoramas of the Blue Mountains, waterfalls, rock formations, all that stuff. It is fantastic up there at the Blue Mountains. Mm-hmm. It has temperate forests that date back to the Jurassic period. Mm-hmm. There's actually 4 forms of transport to get you to the top where the viewing platforms are. You can take the Skyway, the Walkway, Cableway, and Railway. The Railway, which is the steepest incline railway in the world. So it's really, really cool. 52-degree
incline.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And it's located about a few hours drive from Sydney.
It's 100 kilometres away.
Yeah, so there's plenty of parking, and you can get there by the train and bus also if you don't have a car. And the prices are about $39 for adults, $21 for kids, $99 for family, and $35 concession. Mm-hmm. The reason why this is a place that I think that it's an amazing observation deck is because of your 4 different forms of travelling up and getting different views, different perspectives of the Blue Mountains.
Really unique, actually.
Oh, it's gorgeous area. Anything that is elevated by a wire, I'm usually scared of. So that's another heightened feeling.
Yeah.
Being able to be free in a sense.
So you're going on a cable car, decent size, big. It fits a lot of people in. But you're suspended between mountains, I suppose.
Yeah, you are.
You're going
At
over,
one stage, you are. I think it's in the cableway.
Yeah.
The thing that goes from mountain to mountain, and you got the Skyway, which takes you like a gondola ride type thing.
So the cable one with a lot of people, that I was a bit scared of that.
I wasn't scared at all.
Really?
Considering there was more people and I felt
I don't like it.
that would be safer.
Interesting.
But look, I just hope that one day when one does snap and crash...
It won't snap and crash. Anyway,
it doesn't
moving
snap
on.
and crash
Number
for us.
6.
Number 6 is the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, cool.
Thank you, Mandy. Thanks for pushing that along. Eiffel Tower comes in at number 6 as my 6th favourite place to view anything from. I've been right up to the top when I was a kid. I don't remember it that much anymore, but I'm sure it was pretty cool. But what I do remember is the middle part where you got more a restaurant section. You can actually walk the stairs right up to the very top, I think. It's right up to the top of the Eiffel Tower. And it is a fantastic view of Paris. The Eiffel Tower is the tallest building in Paris. I think it's about 300 plus meters, 330 meters. So it is very tall in comparison to the rest of Paris, which is quite small, the buildings.
Yeah.
Probably 4 or 5 stories, some of them.
Yeah, not very high
Not very high at all. They're in massive lines, though, to get up to
Really
the Eiffel
big.
Tower. So every
Again,
time we're in France, we never go up it.
Nah,
Because
and
I don't want that line.
I would
issue.
really want to buy tickets pre-online.
Pre-line.
Pre-line tickets.
And the cost of those tickets would be, I think it'd be quite expensive in euros. It's probably 30
It's not too
euros.
bad. It's not too bad.
How much? 20-something euros?
16 euros.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it would be a lot more.
pretty cheap.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad at all.
So you think if you were to buy those tickets online, then you don't have to do the wait probably in the line, which is it's annoying.
I'm doing it in French. So
Do it in French. I mean, Français.
let's translate this page.
But
Adult €16.30. That's interesting.
Okay.
It's pretty cheap. So, that's to the second floor.
But
my apologies. To the
going
summit,
up to the very top.
To the summit with the lift is $25.50 per adult.
You know what? That's still not too bad.
Yeah. So
That's
it's pretty
not
good.
too bad because from the summit, you
So you
it's
have
an
that
amazing view.
second floor, which is again a lift.
Yep.
And then up to the summit
Yep.
is another a lift as well.
And the lifts are pretty ornate.
I reckon you'd be, if you're claustrophobic, I don't suggest going on the Eiffel Tower.
And the Eiffel Tower was built by Gustave Eiffel.
Yeah.
A really cool dude.
Another great thing about,
Yes, ma'am.
like the Empire State Building, the Eiffel Tower is actually beautifully viewed from the outside as well. It has its light show every...
Oh, it is a beautiful...
Yeah. And it flickers and it
Structure.
sparkles and it's just stunning on the outside too.
There's also an Eiffel Tower in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. No problems, Mandy.
Yeah. It's a bit of a different French culture.
Yeah,
Or no
Las
culture.
Vegas?
Sorry,
That's
no
no
culture.
What are you talking
Restaurants, shops, also
Yep,
what's
at the
really
base.
it doesn't cost you anything. Oh no, various levels. And
about? Oh, true.
the other thing about the Eiffel Tower that doesn't cost you 1 cent is to look at it from underneath. It's pretty impressive.
That's true. Try and take a picture from the very middle of the tower so you see all the structure, all the beautiful steelworks, because it's a gorgeous building or structure.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Also, 'cause
and
it's
unique.
not a building.
Quite unique.
It's a unique structure for sure.
Food downstairs on the outside, lots of
Buckets.
probably cheaper cost. Buffets as well. And there's the special restaurant. What is it? 58, I think it's called.
Oh, probably.
The 58.
58. Is that...
Maybe.
And who runs that
58T
restaurant?
offers a family atmosphere around a refined picnic lunch. It turns into a chic bistro in the evening. Chef Terry Marks.
Oh, Terry Marks.
So...
Great guy, Terry.
Yeah, pretty cool. And around the Eiffel Tower is really nice gardens as well.
Okay.
And you got a macaron bar.
I hate macarons. I'm just going to interject there. Ben was pretty right, but the Eiffel Tower stands at 324 metres in height, which is 81 stories high, and it's made out of wrought iron in a type of lattice style. It was constructed for the entrance. Well, it was constructed as the entrance for the 1889 World's Fair, and construction was between 1887 and 1889, which I find stunningly quick. That's really, really fast. The top platform, where you can see everything from, all that view of Paris, is 276 metres in height. It's the actual highest observation deck in European Union. The middle section, which I've been to, is 195 metres, which is still a very good view. Fantastic view, so that's still worth the visit. And believe it or not, it's the most visited paid monument in the world, with an estimated 7 million visitors per year. So that's pretty cool. And that was the Eiffel Tower. Anyway, moving on. Number 5, we've got Petronas Towers, that double tower, that dual tower, the twin towers.
I've heard it called Petronas. Petronas.
Petronas.
But I think it's Petronas.
Oh, we call it Petronas. Other people might call it Petronas. But the Petronas Towers are in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Kuala Lumpur.
And they are fantastic. From there, you can see as far as the eye. Oh my God, that's the dumbest thing I've ever said.
Edit.
No. It's all fun and games. But remember when we were up the Petronas Towers, we were talking to I think it was a guard or a helper. No, it was probably a helper or an information guy. And he said you can see to that cave. And
to Batu Caves.
Batu Caves.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, there was another cave that he talked about that people go there and then they go missing.
Trust you to remember those details.
No, I only remember stuff that's horrible.
Okay, anyway, moving on. You can opt to pay to go on the Sky Bridge, which is between the two buildings as well.
We didn't do it.
It was closed when we went. It was getting renovated. Yep.
Really?
Yep. So you can pay to do that too. The ticket price...
It's not that high though.
No. No, the Sky Bridge, no, it's halfway down the building.
And the Petronas Towers are 400 and something meters. See, the thing is, what I haven't done here in any of my show notes is put any of the heights of any of these beautiful buildings.
So you're going off memory?
I am. I'm going off memory just for the heights. So for everything else, I have a fair idea.
Okay. So the cost is 80 ringgits.
Not remedy.
I was going to say renminbi, but it's no. That's no. It's ringgits. Yeah, so pretty affordable.
Yeah, that's very affordable and great views.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Petronas Towers.
And beautiful architecture too.
Oh, yeah, true.
It's got a kind of Muslim feel, given that it's a Muslim country, the style of it.
The style of the building.
Yeah, yep. And it's... It is 451.9 metres and 88-storey structure.
It's a beautiful structure.
Yeah, really beautiful. Next.
Okay, next is the Panorama Langkawi. Langkawi Island in Malaysia.
Yep.
It's got the world's steepest skycap gondola.
So steep.
This alongside the ride up to Christchurch's famous gondola. May just be one of the most death-defying things I've ever done. I remember trembling inside that gondola. I do not like gondolas. I don't like heights. But yet, whenever I've got the opportunity to ride a gondola, I will ride one. So it's been the most scared I've ever been in my life. You get taken up about 700 metres above sea level to the peak of Mount Munchincang in which is Langkawi's second tallest mountain. I must say, it's one you can get one of Langkawi's best views from up there. So you'll see the tropical landscape, the beaches, the hills, the mountains. It's really quite Jurassic.
It is.
So it's also the longest free-span mono cable car at 950 meters. You can walk on the Sky Bridge, which is located about 700 meters above sea level, and that kind of swings a bit. So if you're scared of bridges and heights, then don't go on this bridge. It is one of the world's longest curved suspension bridge. So you will feel it go underneath you.
Yeah.
So it's pretty hairy. Wouldn't walk on it.
Did you walk on it?
Yeah, I did. I eventually did.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other attractions at the Panorama Langkawi. Like you got a Sky Dome, 3D Art Langkawi.
Yeah.
And those things are all on the ground level.
So you don't have to go up.
No. You can watch it from afar. There's the Oriental Village, Buraru Bay, Langkawi, Malaysia. So that's where it is, the Oriental Village.
Yep.
You'll need to hire a cab to drive there yourself, and then obviously price differs for different attractions and activities there.
Yeah.
But that's one of the scariest things I've ever done, is going up that sky cab
it's
gondola, because it took a long time.
It's a really long one, and it's high and quite steep, and if you get a bit of wind, it makes a whistling noise, which makes it scarier.
And then when I was up there with Matt, he was
your brother,
just scared. My brother Matt,
he was scaring me. It's a bit windy. It's moving a bit.
He goes, I hope it doesn't fall off the wire.
Makes it a bit scary, but it was great.
It makes it a bit
views
scary, for sure. But some of the best views of Langkawi. I don't think you can see Langkawi unless you've gone up here.
Yeah,
it's really essential if you're in Langkawi, Malaysia. So that's another one in Malaysia. We went Petronas Towers, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and Panorama Langkawi in Malaysia. So fantastic. You can probably do both of those in one trip easy.
Yeah.
Spend a few nights in Kuala Lumpur, then go to Langkawi for 5 nights in a resort. Awesome. I would do that. Do it now.
I think we did. All right, next.
Taipei
101.
101. So the top 3 is going to be Taipei 101.
Don't tell him.
Okay, I won't. So
Taipei 101. Do you want to know what the top floor is?
Can I have a guess?
As in the height.
Can I have a guess? Is it 88?
No, I mean the height, as in meters.
All right, okay, we're going to play this game, are we? Okay, so Taipei 101 is 542 meters.
Oh, you already know?
No, I didn't. I just guessed.
Okay. So the tip, very tip, the biggest point.
Yep.
Highest
point.
509 meters.
Oh, it's very close.
The observatory, do you know what the observatory is?
The observatory is 458.
391 meters, actually.
I'm not good at this game.
Yeah. And the top floor, which is above the observatory, is?
Floor 76.
439 meters above. As in the number of the floors? No idea.
I totally didn't get that last question, obviously. But Taipei 101, I think, out of all these, has the best view because the mountains are so close to the tower.
Because of the countryside, you mean?
Because of the countryside. You can see these every part of the Taipei 101. From every part, you will see a different view. And it feels like...
You can see the 2 airports,
You can see the 2 airports, or at least 1 airport. You can see the planes come and go. But what I liked was the greens. The greenness of the mountains. And that is in your face. That is so close.
It is.
I may use the Taipei 101 pictures that I took as the thumbnail for this
most
episode.
Attractive building. It's quite unique.
Oh, it is.
It's got an interesting system, in terms of keeping it stable and also flexible for typhoons and earthquakes. Yep, the damper. Which is really cool to see.
And he's a really cute little character.
He's a cute character. And
damper.
A big, and it looks pretty. It's big.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty.
Gold ball, essentially, that's suspended to try and make the building flexible enough to deal with those conditions.
That's true. They do get some pretty heavy winds and so forth.
Yeah, and earthquakes.
Also, with the Taipei 101, there's the one issue I had with it was when you're exiting, you've got to go through the salespeople that are trying to sell you gems or something.
Is it coral gems? Something like that.
It's coral.
Yeah.
And that was the one thing I didn't like about Taipei 101, but it is probably the best view. It's not the tallest observation deck, but it's one of the best views.
Yeah, really beautiful.
It's the best. So definitely go up to Taipei 101 if you're in Taiwan.
One of the more interesting observation areas.
Yeah, it's probably the most interesting.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 2, we got the Lotte World Tower in Seoul, Korea. We were just in Seoul and actually Taipei last year, so these are very fresh in my mind, this top 3 and top 2. But the Lotte World Tower is quite new.
Yeah.
It's only been built recently.
Yep.
And it is the tallest building I've ever been in.
It was completed in 2016.
Well, there you go.
End of 2016.
And it has... Okay, so can I guess the height?
Yes.
So So I'm thinking the Lotte World Tower is about 542 meters.
Very close. The height is 555 meters.
Okay, let me guess the observation height.
Okay, let me try and find that.
So you find that.
Yeah.
So have you got it?
Nearly.
Because I wanted it to be this way, if
Okay.
anyone's listening. I wanted it to be me guessing heights and observation points and so forth. I should have started this from the start. This is so much more fun. So Lotte World Tower, the observation deck,
Still
which is a
trying to find it.
360-degree observation deck. It's fantastic.
Oh, yep, got it.
Great views of Seoul. Okay, so is that at 430 meters?
It was 468 meters, which is what you were saying for.
Oh, no.
And it's on the 118th floor. And this World
No, you're right.
Tower, Lotte World Tower,
Lotte World
is
Tower.
123 stories. And it is,
It is the tallest I've been in, for sure.
in terms of tallest structure in the world, do you know where it comes in at?
I think it's at 7.
No, it says, according to whatever I'm reading, the third.
No way. How are they ranking that, though? Are they ranking that by tower or... Because there's 2 rankings. I think they do tower.
Observation deck, sorry. Third tallest, highest observation
So
deck.
it's a third highest observation deck.
Correct.
And have you got
Let me find out what the others are whilst you're talking.
So Lotte World Tower being the third highest observation deck has an amazing view, but everything from the top there looks like little ants.
It's
yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Seoul has joined the ranks of Dubai, Shanghai, and Tokyo.
Well, Dubai is the
Burj Khalifa,
which is super tall. That's half a kilometre up, 600 and something metres.
Yeah. Shanghai has got a pretty impressive building too.
Yes.
Tokyo Skytree.
Now, I was going to say, before I move on to the number 1, which is Tokyo Skytree.
Oops, sorry.
Lotte World Tower has an absolute awesome view of Seoul, but because you are so high, everything looks so freaking small.
Teeny.
But it's a really cool view. I really enjoyed the view of Lotte World Tower. Some of the really cool things that you can view are temples.
Yes.
You
Big
can
river.
see the big river that runs through Seoul.
Yes.
Which is fantastic. You can see cars that look like ants.
Yep.
I actually felt a bit scared there, and Lotte World Tower also has the glass observation
A big area.
point where you can walk over it and see to the bottom of the ground.
So the nature of the building, the design, it kind of comes out in sort of a point.
It's got an outside area too.
Oh, yes,
Remember?
it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the point allows you to have a really nice kind of panoramic view, and underneath you is glass as well. So it's totally clear and you can see down to the street.
I was trying to pull Mandy off the glass part.
Interesting part of Seoul as well, where it's located.
Yes.
A fair distance out from the
It
main
is a fair
sort of
distance
area.
out, yeah.
Which means that you're walking in areas that are a little bit more residential, I felt, when we were around that area.
But also underneath the Lotte World Tower has the biggest department store I've ever been in. It feels like that place goes forever.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's also got that book area.
Book area.
You know, with the elevator? The famous bookshop, or not a bookshop,
No,
it's like a library
Yeah.
with the elevators.
Yeah.
So that's right near Lotte World Tower. But Lotte World Tower is fantastic. If you're in Seoul, definitely go and see the Lotte World Tower. Go right up to the top so you can really see a view of Seoul which you'd never ever see in your life, and take some great photos because it is a fantastic view.
The Starfield Library.
The Starfield Library, yeah. So fantastic place to go. I don't think there's too much more I can say. You've got to go up.
It's a
there
really
to
cool
experience
building.
it.
And you can see from the areas that are the main sorts of hubs in Korea, in Seoul.
Yeah.
You can see the Lotte Tower from there. So it really sticks out. It's quite impressive.
Well, Lotte Tower is the tallest structure in Korea, in Seoul.
Yeah.
So it is much taller than any other building around, and that's why it does stick out. But it's a cool shape too. I really enjoy it. But my number 1 observation point that I think that you should see is the Tokyo Skytree, which you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
It's still pretty fresh in my mind because we were only in Tokyo a couple of years ago, in 2016, if memory serves me right. And that Skytree is huge. When you're looking at it from the ground, it looks huge. That's just like the Lotte World Tower. The Tokyo Skytree is 500 to 600 meters high, but it's not categorized as a building.
No.
So when you see the Tokyo Skytree, it's more categorized as a more like a tower, or
more like a tower
than a building. So
do you want to know how tall it is, including the antenna?
Yeah, right, go for it.
So including the antenna,
yep,
it is 634 meters high, which is high.
That is the tallest building I've ever been in.
Yeah.
But not the tallest observation point. I think the observation point in the Tokyo Skytree is shorter than the Lotte World Tower.
Probably. Let me check it out for you.
Go for it. When you're up in the Tokyo Skytree too, there's really cool souvenirs to buy there. I remember buying a bunch of different little Tokyo Skytree.
Got some awesome mugs.
Oh, we got some great mugs up there. Fantastic mugs. But yeah, fantastic view as well of Tokyo and all the districts and places like Shibuya and all that.
Given wider Tokyo is full of, lots of people and lots of area.
The best thing about that is taking photos in black and white, because for some reason black and white photos is great. And you see the avenues, because there's very straight avenues that run all lengths from the Tokyo Skytree. And there's also a big river as well that runs past.
So it's, the Sumida River, I'm pretty sure. It's 450 meters. There's two observation decks. One's at 350 and the second is at 450.
I think we went to the
second as well.
The second, 450. Yep. So that's shorter than the Lotte World Tower. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. So yeah, Tokyo Skytree, best observation point. It has a fantastic view of all of Tokyo. You can actually point out different things like the little red Eiffel Tower. I'm pretty sure from memory you could see that, the Tokyo Tower.
You can.
What else can you see? You can see the different districts of Tokyo, which is really cool. You can point them out and go, I haven't been there. I've been there.
Yep.
From memory, you can also see, I think, could you see Disneyland?
Not sure.
I forget.
Maybe, but you see a lot because it's so high. It was the highest observation deck I'd been on prior to probably Lotte.
Well, prior to Lotte, yeah. So, and still sticks in my mind as one of my favourite things that I've done in Tokyo.
Again, a little bit out of the main area. Yep. I think we had to catch 2 trains to it.
Probably, or a cab or something.
Yeah, definitely worthwhile going to. Long lines as well. So again, early, late, as with all these places.
There's a great ice cream joint underneath it.
Yeah, well,
remember the girls were singing and making ice cream.
Yeah, and shopping area as well. Food, a real attraction in Tokyo.
Absolute, really cool attraction. But, yeah, fantastic. Well, I think that's probably about it. I don't really want to waffle on too much. I loved seeing all these observation decks. I might just add a bit more to this. That we'll be going to Vietnam, Hong Kong, and Singapore. Mm-hmm. And in Hong Kong, there's a pretty tall building which we'll be going up, which has a high observation deck. It's a newish building. Mm-hmm. I don't know the name of it. Mandy's going to look it up now. Mm-hmm. But there's a great building to go up to in Hong Kong.
Maybe it's called Sky 100, Hong Kong 100. Observation Deck.
That's the brand new one.
Yep, 360-degree view, 100 floors.
Sounds good.
Run-of-the-mill sort of...
run-of-the-mill observation deck. I mean, once you've seen one, you've probably seen them all.
But again, another type of environment that we've never seen. It's in Kowloon, I'm pretty sure. But something that we would normally... I think a nice environment that you would not normally see... is
that a nice environment you would not normally see?
Oh my God. It's a view of Hong Kong that you would not normally see. That's right.
Because usually that view of Hong Kong that you would not normally see you can not normally see
Anyway, so we'll be seeing that.
Oh, man. That was fun, Mandy.
Thanks,
Thank you
Ben.
very much.
Go out and go up.
Go up. Go out and go up.
Go up.
And if you're in your local city, see if you can find the tallest building. Go up it. I was about to say jump off it.
No.
Don't jump off it. Just look out, enjoy the view because everything looks better from above.
Up. Awesome.
Awesome.
Bye.
If you want to follow me, you can. You can follow me on Travelman Podcast on Facebook. I've got a page and a group set up there. I've got my travelmanpodcast.com website. You can follow me on Instagram, Travelman Podcast, on Twitter @TravelmanPod. You can listen to me on any podcast app.
Including Spotify.
Including Google, the Google one. I forgot the Google one. And if you're on listening to me on an Apple device, it's Apple Podcasts. Subscribe, like, and
5
comment.
stars.
5 stars. Don't give me 1 star because that really wrecks my
Average.
which doesn't really make any difference anyway. But anyway, thanks, guys. Guy, you one solitary listener, you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.